here with the usual suspects. We'll go through a couple of team predictions. We'll talk about the week that was. I'll do a quick introduction. To my right, we have the Lebanese lobwedge, Antonio Qatar.
Evening, everyone. Good to be back for another week. Shout out to Kev Dart.
Oh, good big shout out to Kev. Below him, we have the mouth of the South, Joshua Scadella.
Hello, good morning, good evening, good night. Shout out to the tattoo man himself, Chief Lamana.
Yeah, still haven't seen the tattoo, only seen the stencil, but that's okay. And last but not least, we have Jared Chocolate Wells.
Hello, good evening, good morning, everybody. Shout out to my teammate who listens every week, Lorraine Wilson.
Oh, excellent. I'll give a quick shout out to Denny McCarthy. He messaged me this today, just saying that he listens to the podcast. He also told me that he's considering potentially jumping off the Harbour Bridge after the predictions from the other week, but that's okay. So I have rung the authorities to make sure they're keeping a lookout, but that's okay. A couple of notable absences this week. The Prez is out due to a birthday party for his girlfriend Claire. So happy birthday to Claire. And Dan is on his trip to Melbourne.
Sorry, I'll check his stats. He's playing, it was his birthday yesterday, he's playing five-a-side tonight. I'll check his stats there.
He's playing five-a-side is more important than the pod. I didn't realise. Okay.
Is this the third pod he's ever missed?
This
Second?
is the third.
I believe
Third pod.
so.
Yeah, there
So
would have been a
who's
time where he would have had to be on his deathbed to miss a pod, and now he's playing willy-nilly.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse.
Is
It's only gonna
this
get worse.
science? Could he miss the invitational?
Oh, maybe it's time for a new president.
Yeah.
You know, Stray Day's coming. Remember
Oh,
this. Remember it.
Interesting
Well,
fact, they are the reigning champions. He won the premiership last year in goals. So they reckon they call him the Balboa Valley Buffon.
Uh,
Very good.
very good. Okay. Let's get stuck into a bit of around the grounds. What's been happening this week? Anyone play any rounds? Undercover golfer? Seen anybody out and about?
I think.
Yeah, undercover golfer saw Albin out at Brighton Lakes today, being Thursday. Very handy round from him. He's just getting to see the course again, so that's troubling signs for the rest of us.
35 points, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was also out there on Monday. Got a good look at the Team Pink, Mark Butler, Brad Hawkins, also Sam Boyle, who is the C grader for Team Mint, who we'll be previewing tonight. None of us were fantastic. We weren't bad. We played the Ambrose style that we'll be playing Invitational Day. It was good. Had a great time. Butler and Hawkins got to know each other. There was a few coaching tips happening, as you could imagine. I think Brad left the course a bit more confused than when he arrived at the course, and he's got a few things to work on.
Can we go through what happened on the 18th? I've heard a rumor.
Yeah, we can. It all fell apart. We weren't like taking it too seriously and being like, oh, let's make sure we get all this guy's tee shots out early doors. We're sort of just generally playing the ball in the best position. And it got to, so Sam Boyle was like pretty good in the front nine, but we only took one of his tee shots. So then late in the round, we still had two tee shots to take. So we took his second tee shot on the 15th, the short par 5. And then on the 16th, the par 3, he put it in the bunker. 17th, par 4, he snap hooked it into the trees. So we needed his tee shot on the 18th. We stepped up to the 18th, 8 under par, and he put it in the drink. So he double bogeyed.
This all sounds very reminiscent of the year I had.
Jimmy's twitching.
Did he
flashbacks.
Did he use a putter on the tee? That's what I've heard.
No, for some reason he went pin seeking, even though pin was on the far left of the green.
Wow.
All right. Tony?
Well, I had my last round of club champs on Saturday at Bankstown. I finished fourth, five shots behind the leader. So good, decent round. I did have an 8 on the par 5, the third, after putting it in the drink. So that was a tough hole. And we finished off the round in hail. So running off the course as the siren went off.
Ooh.
So I rushed my putt on the last for a 6 because I just didn't give a shit anymore.
That's my excuse every hole.
Yes, yeah. Hailing.
Yeah.
It was weird. The hail kept going until Sunday. I just couldn't sink a putt. I was rushing them all.
I think this.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I don't know if this was during this week. Steve Stab was out Brighton Lakes, according to his photo in invitational chat. Was that this last week? I think.
I don't know. Possibly.
No idea. I didn't.
Might have been
see it.
last week, but regardless, I spoke to him on the phone a few weeks ago. He's not playing as much as he'd like, but he's playing a little bit. He did say that.
Okay.
Never know with Steve Stav. Bit of an undercover little Canterbury 9-hole here and there. So
Playing more than his A grader, though, that seems.
Yep. Jimmy, who'd you play for on Sunday?
I played with Swar. I played with Chaps, and I played with Lee. I can't remember his last name. He was an old Cogger member. He's over at Oak. So I was out at Oak Point on Sunday. Yeah, devastating round of golf out there. Devastating for all involved. Yeah, I think the highest.
would you care to go into that in a bit more detail, Jimmy, or have we got enough time?
I think I was the highest point scorer on the day. I had 26 points. That's not a joke. Actually, no, Lee. I think Lee went all right. But yeah, Chaps, myself, and Swar did not play well. Very little inspiring golf happening at all.
Rumor has it, if it wasn't a stable for round, Colin would still be going. Is that correct?
I'm not going to be uncharitable, but he didn't leave many shots out there. But yeah, no, I thinking about at the turn, I think he'd pretty much given up. I think if he didn't have the rest of the round to play to put in the scorecard, he would have just walked home. I think.
I mean, it was a big turnaround for Swar. I think he had 35 or 38 on the Saturday at Oak Point, 23 back 9. Is that right, Chalk?
He should have known what was coming the following day.
Yeah, then he had
Colin will be better for the run.
Yeah, Colin had a few tired swings towards the end. The match fitness just wasn't there, so he's got to get back out there.
And Chapman's a hell of a competitor, so that
yeah. He knows what he's doing wrong though. Just any time I get him pointers, he'd say he knew. So he knows what's wrong. He'll get to sort it out.
Like they say about alcoholics, acknowledgement is the first step. So there's only good signs for Colin.
Yeah. No, so it's good. So the less said about that round, the better, to be honest. I think it did start in hail. We started literally the first hole. Well, maybe not hail, but it at least rained on us the first hole. But it was just a terrible round. Lost balls, and the greens were real firm, real quick.
And we're off to Oatlands tomorrow. Jimmy, myself, Mark, and Dukes is dusting Aussie clubs.
Wow.
Taking the day off, playing the Tiger Tees at Oatlands tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's out in the hills region. Don't tell
Jimmy. He's already cursed how far he's got to drive.
I tell you what. Sunday morning, getting out to Oak Point for a 6:31 tee off, going through 62 sets of lights and 11 speed cameras. Was a lot of fun.
You must be the happiest man when you looked up.
Mate, I was fuming. Don't even get me started.
Well, Jimmy, Oatlands would be a long way to drive tomorrow to have 28 points. That'd be good.
Yeah, through peak hour traffic too. That'd be great. I'm looking forward to it a lot. So, yeah.
It's against the traffic. We'll be fine.
Shall we
No.
move on to our
We-
first team preview
uh,
tonight?
Yeah, let's get into it.
I'll,
So we're gonna preview Mint. Chalk, you want to read us through the names?
Yep, because I'm super prepared. I know Curtis Dart is the captain.
Well, I've got it up. If you,
Yep,
Go for it.
Tony.
B grade, Steve Stav, Sam Boyle, and Matt Ethel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chalk, your thoughts?
I think this is a team that a lot of the community regard fairly highly. Some good names in there, some solid players that have been around a while. Curtis, he's obviously played every invitational. Steven Stav, the general consensus is one of the stronger B graders, former winner. Matt Ethel, friend of Curtis, he's played a few. I don't think he played last year, but word around the traps is that he's a good D grader. So I think all those three positions are super strong. Sam Boyle has moved up to C grade from D grade last year. I saw his game on Monday. I would say, yes, he's too good for D grade, but I would say he is in the bottom section of C grade. So all in all, fairly strong team.
Yeah, I think Matt Ethel was my D grader 1 year. I think I was with Curtis that year as well. Oh no, it was with Mark Wells. But yeah, no, Matt Ethel was a very solid D grader. Inconsistent, that's probably why he's in D grade. But there is no concern about getting 3 tee shots from him. He eagled a hole on his own for us that year. So he can hit a long ball. And when he hits it right, he goes a fucking long way. Yeah, Steve Stav's proven he's a good B grader. And Curtis, he's always there or thereabouts. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see the committee's predictions are in this one. Although there's some solid players in there, there's not been a lot of golf out of this group in general on a regular basis. So I think that's probably the big question mark for me.
I think Curtis didn't do too well last year, right?
Loser.
Loser, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't realize.
So, I mean, like, we can't doubt his ability. Like, he's one player that can pick up his golf clubs once a year and still play decent golf, and he's golf smart too. He knows what's needed, but I don't think he'll be match fit on the day this year again.
Mm-hmm. Josh?
I think, obviously, first and foremost, acknowledge a left-handed in the team. I think that's very important. Matt Ethel. Back. Some questions I ask myself about this team. Does their A grader love golf? Yes. He can't get enough of it. Absolutely. Every time we see Curtis, it's golf this, golf that. You just cannot get enough of it. Steve Stab is Greek. That obviously is a factor, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look, Sam Boyle's been promoted. Ethel probably could have been in C grade, so it doesn't really matter. If they could sort of flip sides on a day, it's not the end of the world. I think, all jokes aside, an educated guess would have these guys pretty higher. I think that's a pretty fair statement.
Okay, then my guess is uneducated.
Do you base that solely on lack of golf, Tony?
I think so. And, I don't know what happened last year for them to do, for what happened for him to come last, but could it be much of the same? I'm not sure.
Yep.
Cool. Well, do we think it's time to bring him in?
Bring them
The
in.
The man of the moment, Mr. Curtis Dart. We'll bring him in. Oh,
Is the king fruit? Oh, he said
And
enough.
And he's left,
and he left
Thanks for that,
immediately.
Curtis.
just like his golf game at the moment.
I will text him.
Always nice to keep it short and sweet.
We'll
Hang
cut
on,
all,
sorry,
I'll
just
cut all
gonna
this
text-
out. It's fun.
I refuse to be in the same chat room as Jared. Okay, well that's
You told me he wouldn't be there.
Does not want to be in a podcast without the president. What? Why?
While we're waiting, I was thinking about this on the drive in. It's quite the this is a look into the world of a James Morrison led CYFS community. He's a quasi president tonight, so he's well within his rights to just completely change all the rules and regs as the current president.
Change the constitution.
To be honest, I think we all know. I'm just pulling all the levers behind the scenes anyway. I just won't be assassinated. It'll be the press first. That's fine. Anyway, go ahead.
Curtis said I was waiting so long it kicked me.
All right, we'll bring him in now.
Please rejoin.
He's here. He's here. Hey,
Oh,
Curtis.
he's here. Curtis, start.
You're mute.
Hey, gents, how are you?
Hey,
Yes,
Curtis.
we got
Good
you,
mate. How are
mate.
you?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Good.
Curtis, we'll just get right to the crux of it. I was just telling everyone how much you love your golf. Every time I see you, just chatting golf, chatting your swing, chatting the course. You can't get enough of it.
Yeah, I don't, generally can't. Love it. Love a bit of golf chat.
Any new purchases, Curtis, in your golf equipment?
No, none golf related, that's for sure. Mate, no, I think whatever. About 15 years ago, got the tool set, and then it's just worked since then. Haven't had to make any changes.
Well, Curtis, has it worked? The elephant in the room, the current A-grade loser. What went wrong before we get into this year, what went wrong last year? And why was it Gary Morrison?
Well, I don't know. I suppose like every cloud has a silver lining, and look, might have been a loser, but it was a great honour to captain Gary into the inaugural naming of the loser award.
Thank you, Curtis.
Yeah, so that was all right. And then last year, like, I don't know, I'd obviously not playing a lot of golf, and I didn't get out. That was the first time I'd played Lakeside, and everyone was sort of talking it up, being like difficult and that sort of stuff, and started playing it, and I was like, oh, it wasn't too difficult, but it just, I don't know, we didn't really play bad at all. We just didn't obviously sink those putts. You kind of lip out on those birdie attempts, and you did that enough, and it didn't really come together. But I wasn't unhappy with how we played. Like, we weren't like 3 under and then had a double or anything like that. It was just like we just made pars. So
You had a George kickless. I think let's address the elephant in the room.
well, yeah. Look, Georgie was all right. He wasn't like a bit of heart, but otherwise he was all right.
Curtis, first of all, I'd like to welcome you into the 2-time loser club. It's great to have you.
That's all right. You've got a couple. We've got friends. There's a few of us.
Oh, there's a few of us.
Yeah,
There's
a lot of
few
them are named Wells. So
Yeah. I had a chat to a former teammate of yours from last year, and I was told that you were not the problem in the team, that you carried the team, and there were certain other players that might not have been pulling their weight.
well, yeah, it is. Yeah, the Invitational is a team event.
Start
and
the
team
dart
let
bus.
me down.
Start the
So,
dart bus.
Yeah. Like,
let's-
look, it is what it is. Like, you can't. Golf is an individual game. Like, you can obviously play to your own strengths and weaknesses, but when you're playing the Invitational and you've got no real say in who's in your cart, you kind of got to just roll up on the day and go with it. And sometimes
That's
it comes off. I don't know. Besides Mick Henley, I don't know how many. Probably can get stat checked on it, but how many A graders would have like consistently year after year sort of be finishing in that top 3? Like, it's a real hit and miss. Really depends who's
Josh
playing.
is putting his hand up.
Actually, it's not you in the top 3, Josh. It's
Oh, no,
actually
sorry.
you put your
Has
hand up.
ever once been in the top
No,
3.
I think he's talking about like top 3 left-handed players. I think
Yeah,
he
out
was
of the 3 left-handed players, yes, you
Yeah,
are
no, that's
one of
fine. That's fine. Because let's get into this year's team. You have played with Stav. I don't think you played an invitational with Stav. I'm pretty sure you've played around with Stab. You must have been happy when you saw his name on draw night.
No, I'm pretty sure I've played a invitational with Stab.
Okay.
I think it might have been one of the ones at
Camden
George's.
Lakeside?
No, George's River, I think.
Oh, okay.
It was quite a while ago. Or was it? Or maybe no, maybe you're right. Maybe it was just one of the rounds that we played.
I think it was a
prior. It might have
pre-round.
been-
Yeah.
it might have been a pre-round because I think we played with you. Yeah, no, Stab's pretty handy. I think. I don't know. We used to see him kicking around Hurstville back in the day when I played golf, but now I'm not sure. I'm not sure where his game's at. But yeah, so no, Stab's a good. He's got experience, and that's I suppose what you need.
He's a good B grader. He's definitely a good B grader. You'd have to have him in the top 4 in B grade, I'd say. I reckon.
Very handy.
Mm.
And you got Mr. Matt Ethel as your D grader. Are you happy
Yeah,
with
that's
that?
it. I don't think the drinks carts know it's hit it, but yeah, no, I think this is the second time. I think you're playing with Matt. I think he didn't play last year, but we played together the year before that.
Yeah,
so it's good. I know his strengths.
Yeah.
Curtis, have you had a look around at the other teams? Can you give us a couple of teams you think might fight it out for the loser trophy, and a couple you might fight out for the winners trophy?
I don't. To be honest, I haven't really had a mad look. When we're doing the draw, we're sort of running through it, and there's probably it's so hit and miss. Like I don't know if there's
Alaska.
ever been a team. It's always Alaska, but I don't know if there's ever been a team where everyone's like, "No, they're coming last," and they have come last.
Correct.
That's the beauty of the event, that it is. It's
Quite
so
unpredictable.
unpredictable. Yeah,
Mhm.
and
So
even
many
like,
variables.
yeah, it's been good as the event's grown, and it's hard to obviously find certain players of certain calibers and that, but it's still managed to work out to be pretty even playing field, and it's just on the day you see what you see, and you either make those putts or you don't.
Beauty.
Very politically correct there. Not getting any games from you at all. Nothing.
You've been talking to the PR agent, haven't you? That's what's been happening.
Very undark. Kev would have named about 7 teams by now, I reckon.
He would have. He wouldn't know any of their names, but he wouldn't know who they are, but he would have named them.
Yeah, okay, boom.
Full blown. Like he drives that bus, and so just anyone on and around the street, they'll be in trouble. But
Curtis, I do look. I do have people on the inside, right? And I am told that you, in the lead up to the Invitational in years gone by, you've tucked away to the driving range on your own here and there. You've told no one not to tell anybody, but people talk. Well, the same thing happened this year, Curtis. We'd be ducking away to the driving range for a couple of times. You must be. You're not going to come in cold. You can't miss 3 in a row. 3 losses.
No.
Yeah.
You always got to rub one out before you go out. You got to. No, you definitely don't. It's not. You can be blasé and like, I don't care, but no, you got to make sure that, especially when you're an A grader, you got to step up. You don't want to ruin the day for everyone else on the team. But no, I think the man on the inside that kind of reports on the goings and comings of my golf game seems pretty bit more excited and wants to know more about me than he does his own game. But I think he should stick with that. But no, it's just, and every year it's the same conversation when it comes to what's the important thing. It's your chipping and putting. So the long game, everyone can hit the long ball and you can hit the long irons, but the part of the game, the feel and touch, just sort of a couple chips, a couple putts, and then you just get back in the groove. Class is permanent. So,
all right, Curtis, let's get into the committee's predictions on Team Mint. There's 16 teams this year. I've got Team Mint ranked in 5th position.
That's not bad.
Okay. Tony?
Sorry, Curtis, but I've got you guys in 14th position.
What the jump?
I just think it could all come down to match fitness, especially for your B, C, and D grader.
Okay. Josh?
I think Curtis started as a real rocks and diamond. I think obviously you've come last twice, but I'm pretty sure Curtis, you might have you've come in the top
Come
three
second.
at least twice. Yeah, in
Well,
like
one-
a big.
Let's not forget one of the losses was in a group, like it was in a field of 3 teams.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
And
I think
As
we
was
should-
Gaz and Jared.
I think we should vote to rub that one out.
no.
Same
Speaking of rubbing things out, no. Look, I think, as I said, rocks and diamonds. I think this year will be diamonds for Mint. I've got them in 5th position as well.
All right.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. Just
Sorry,
running-
and that's also them shooting -7. I'm also reviewing my scores on the group.
Okay. Running through the predictions from those that are absent, Mr. President Ian Suarez has got Mint in 12th position. Donnie has picked Mint in 8th position. For myself, I have Mint in 9th. I think you guys will go okay. But yeah, that's sort of mid-pack. You could do anything, as we always say, but I think you're somewhere in that sort of 5 to 9 range. And
Good
then
average. That's all right.
and then our co-pilot, co-sponsors of the podcast here, co-pilot, they said Boyle and Ethel are consistent. Dart and Stavropoulos are more variable. And the verdict is stable but lacks top end firepower. And it picked you at 10th.
Wow.
Is what it
Work
is.
on that firepower, Curtis.
Yeah,
do.
it's not.
Yeah, of all the teams, I wouldn't have thought that Dart and Stav were the ones that lacked firepower. But anyway,
Yeah, that's an interesting. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, well, Curtis Dart, thank you very much for your time.
No worries, gents. Thank you. We'll see you
cheers,
on the
guys.
See ya.
So,
I've got to be honest. I thought I'd be one of the lower picks with them at 5th. To hear everyone else's predictions, I'm gobsmacked. I really am.
yeah.
Well, time will tell. There's
Well,
there's a lot of other teams that are in it, obviously, and we've already gone through a few of them. But yeah, so we'll see how they go. That's cool. Let's get stuck in. We've got LG in the waiting room already. So let's get over to Team Blaze.
Nice.
Tony, do you want to go through the team?
I do not have this one up.
I'll
this
go through it
one.
then. You go for it. Chop.
Go, Josh.
Right, sure. A grader, the Armadale King, Trevor Carson. The B grader, Joel Gladman. The C grader, LG Lockie Greer. And the D grader, returning after a 6-7 year hiatus, the arborist, Cameron Jones.
Yeah, for it.
Yeah.
Yes, this is an
So-
interesting team. I just off the bat, obviously we know Trevor. He's been a friend of the Invitational for a very long time now. Very solid golfer, one-time King Fruit Cup winner in the second year. Joel Glavin has been a stable at the Invitational since year 2. And Lockie Greer famously dropped to C grade this year from B grade. Quite deservedly, by all reports.
Well, so he
Uh,
won it. He won it in C grade 2 years ago, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah,
we
okay.
thought he should go up, and then we've
Yeah.
now all agreed that was a bad decision.
I'd like to just point something out there. There's been 2 high-profile players that a certain Josh Scudella has pushed up in grades. One being Colin Chapman, one being Lachlan Greer. Only to play with them that year that they went into that higher grade, and then they got demoted the following year.
Correct.
Well, I'm
You
looking.
know,
I'm looking at
the-
C grade next year. Then am I?
Yeah.
The
So he
saying,
was like, "Oh,
as
Tony
the old
has-
saying,
Tony has to go up to A grade. Then you'll go to A grade.
as the old saying goes, you reap what you sow. And look, LG, by his own admission, last year wasn't the greatest. I think we had to take 2 of his tee shots in the last 3 holes from memory. I might be wrong, but which was tough. But the step from C to B is a tough one. Tony, you could obviously comment on that, but it's a tough step. Being in the hot seat, B grade is arguably the toughest grade.
Especially when your A grade is struggling.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. Now, look, this team, T. Carson, been there, done that, plays a hell of a lot of golf. Blackman was a C grader for quite a while, and then I think Jimmy or someone might have played with him, and he plays a lot of golf himself, and his handicap just keeps dropping. I think Donnie posted a scorecard of his in the group chat last week, possibly, where he
Yes.
was on a good thing. Look, LG, all jokes aside, like, he had an off day. You could see there's a golfer there somewhere. Like he's not a bad player, like he's had a bad day. And Cameron Jones, my dad actually named him the arborist because he reckons he hit every tree at George River Golf Course.
So Gladman's gone from loser last year and upper grade, right?
No, Gladman was the B grader last year, and
He was B grade.
Oh, was he?
So
Okay.
Gladman's been B grade for a couple of years.
Okay.
Oh, I was so sorry. I was wrong. Sorry.
There we go.
No, you're good. You're good.
Check my stats.
Well, I think we can continue this discussion with LG in the room.
Yeah, let's bring him in. Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't get booted. LG.
Hello. How are we?
Too bad, mate. How are you?
Very
Oh,
good, mate. Look, we need to address the elephant in the room, LG. I'm sure you're happy to be back in C grade.
I know if I am.
I may or may not have had something to do with that, mate. Just letting you know.
I'm saying, it's the best decision you've ever fucking made. Fantastic. Sorry, I should stop swearing. I know this is a family.
Yeah, it's
joke.
PG, mate. PG.
Yeah,
Come
I'm
on.
fucking
I
glad
think
you did.
George Kickless listens to this with the kids.
Have they made
So
an
you're back
E-grade?
in your comfort zone, LG. C grade's your home, is it?
Yeah. There's a lot more fucking comfortable times in there. You can. Sorry. I'll stop now. There's no pressure on you. B grade got to me last year, as Josh know. C grade is just nice and calm. You watch your D grade putt like a spastic, and then you go on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Playing much golf, LG. Where are you at with your golf game?
I played Brighton 2 weeks ago. Course was
People are
good.
getting out
I had 33 points off 20, which I was quite happy about. Besides that, probably haven't played since.
Sounds
June?
like we should have him in B grade.
But I haven't played since June, Tony. But no, yeah, it's they always say it's either the kids or the wife is the biggest handicap in golf. So that's really making big sense, I guess.
Yeah. LG, we look at your teammates. Your D grader, you might not know, Cameron Jones. It's a cousin of the president.
Yep.
Hasn't played in a long time. Hasn't played an invitation in a very long time. Joel Gladman, your B grader, is the current loser.
Great.
So things are looking pretty good there. Then you've got Trev Carson. You've got a real consistent stalwart of the game who plays many times a week. And I think Trev's golf game is right up there with some of the best A graders.
Am I going to lose chalk or what?
I don't think you are.
Because I've won and I've lost. I can't really have another loss, please. So if you can make that happen, I'll be very happy.
Yeah, I don't want to see a former winning teammate of mine ever come last.
No, not at all. Not and Blaze. Look, I know Blaze has got history. Not too keen on the color because I like to wear those shirts to work. But I'll just have to keep wearing this tab hat to work for the year 6 kids when we do
Great message for the kids.
But
Teaching
yeah.
them maths, are we?
yeah, it's true. It's just very orange, isn't it? But anyway, it's not about the color. It's where you come.
Mhm.
It's a very
LG, let's
fair
get into the nitty gritty. Where do you see weakness in this field? I know you know enough people around the traps to know who are the good teams and who aren't. Who do you think's going to struggle this year?
Look, Jared was really good in B grade. And look, I know I'm speaking straight to him, but if he can, if he can lead it, it would be fantastic. I know you used to use that mini. Do you still use that mini driver?
No, I don't know.
Well,
Driving iron.
That could be your problem, because when we won, that mini driver was going hot. So, mate, there could be some
I
big
might have
shoes.
to find it on Marketplace somewhere.
Yeah, in A grade. Look, as long as you don't come last, and I just want to beat Pat Morrison. That's the main things. I know he's a new dad, but to be honest, I don't really care. I just want to make sure that he that I beat him, and But yeah, I don't really buy into it as much anymore. I used to bloody lose sleep about who's who, but anyone can win.
And anyone can lose.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the critical bit.
Yes.
Cool.
Do you have
What
any?
about winning?
I was going
I know
to
you
say,
said anyone can win, but surely Team Lemon's, popping out at you.
Well, I bet Josh is very happy that he didn't see me on his in his team this year. So I reckon he could win. Yeah, look, they're just going to go under the radar. Has there been a lot of talk about Lemon? I've been hearing around, but do we
No,
think
not much. No one ever brings them up or anything. It's been really quiet.
Red hot favourites, mate. Red hot
Yeah.
They talk
favourites.
themselves up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's look. I do wish him well. Are you the current best left-hander, Josh, or is that taken off you?
Barbara Morrison is currently the best
I think I'm the
left-handed
best
golfer.
current best male left-handed golfer.
Here we go.
There's a subgroup there that I'm leading at the moment. So
Is
Yeah.
Barb the only left-hander to ever win, or is there another left-hander that's won?
Dominic Johnston, I think, won
I
one
don't
year.
think he's won though.
I
No,
think he's won.
Have you won, Josh?
no, no.
I've never won
That's
the.
pretty good.
I've never won the like first place as such, but I've won a few left-handed awards and stuff like that. So
You know what I'm
Yeah,
looking forward
Most
to?
fun of the day.
One of the big highlights for me for next year will be how Josh changes his title to match whatever
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Next year it'll be the top Italian mixed Dutch left-handed male golfer
With
Some
3
pictures.
children.
that wears glasses and has a buzz cut or something.
Yeah.
Like it's like so
you know-
many qualifiers on it.
like just ask Donald Trump. When you control the media, when you control the narrative, you can do whatever you like. No, look, enough about us. LJ, I think we shot 2 or 3 last year. I think -8 won it. If the tees are up, I don't think that's a score. Would you agree? Like if you get hot, I don't think -8 is the toughest score.
No, I reckon there could be. I reckon there should be double digits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I tend to agree.
Yeah, I think it's a lot easier than Camden.
Yeah.
Is it shorter? I don't really look into the yards and whatnot, but like, is it a lot shorter?
I
Yeah,
think it's
definitely.
Well,
slightly, I thought it was slightly longer.
What
That,
golf
like
course is that?
No, reported like literally on paper, but I think we just cut a lot of corner. I think, well, maybe I'm completely wrong, but
I feel like it's a lot shorter, but yeah, I
it
don't
does
know.
feel shorter. Like when you're playing it, it does
Mm.
feel shorter.
Did we play from the front last year?
Yeah,
don't
pretty
recall.
far up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
think.
let's get into
Yeah, go
on.
news predictions.
Yes.
Bit disappointed I've got your rank so high now after that slur you've put against my name.
Here we go.
Look, I think Trev Carson is a really good player. I think the rest of his team is pretty shit. But I've got Team Blaze in 10th position,
Out of how many?
16.
I'll take that.
All right, that's good.
And I think I follow those same sentiments. I think like Trevor always performs quite well come invitational. Gladman's hitting form. I think he's getting out there a bit. So I've got you guys finishing in 8th position.
We're getting better.
All right, Josh, you're going to follow the trend there?
No. I predict trouble for Blaze. I predict
We've
I-
lost you. Go ahead.
No,
Go
you-
again.
He's back.
I'm back.
Okay.
I expect this to be a backs against the wall job, but the wall will cave in. I think Blaze will come second last.
That's fine. That's
Ooh.
totally fine.
15th. All right. I've got predictions from the Prez, who's currently absent. The Prez has put Blaze in at 5th position.
Okay.
Donnie from Melbourne has given his prediction for Blaze as 9th position. My prediction for Blaze is 11th. And again, back to our co-pilot, co-sponsor. the prediction is that apparently Greer is a standout, Carson and Gladman are mid-tier,
Mm-hmm.
and Josad's limited history, and its verdict was volatile team could rise if Carson fires, and it put you at 11th position.
Who's this co-pilot? I'd like to meet him because I think he's a great bloke.
He lives in your laptop. He lives in your laptop.
That was the most accurate co-pilot description ever. Because
Yeah.
Lockie does
Yeah.
stand out either right at the top or down the bottom. He's always standing out. And I think 11th is very fair for Blaze.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll definitely take that.
I think it's probably the average of the predictions that we put in. So it'll be pretty close.
Probably. Well, LG, thank you.
Thanks, boys. Well,
Thanks.
Cheers,
Tom,
mate.
I really do think that you'll step up. But I do have my doubts as well.
Thank you so much.
Love you all.
We're about to get into his predictions, so we'll see how the committee
All right.
thinks. All right. Cheers, LG.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
mate. Bye.
Gee, LG would
Alright.
have played 6 invitationals, 5 maybe. He's been around the block.
Yeah.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
probably
Yeah.
6 maybe.
Another one that goes under the radar a little bit with the amount of appearances. Okay, let's get into the last team of the evening.
Yeah, so this would be Team Platinum. Team Platinum is Jared Wells as A grade, B grade Bruno Scadella, C grade Mitch Hayson, and D grade Lorraine Wilson. Tony, thoughts?
Yeah. Like I think Bruno's a safe golfer. He does love a bit of team golf, and can perform when it counts. I guess beating Chalk at Osro year 1 in match play. Is that right?
You won. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know much about their C grader, but I've heard good things about their D. So, I think it all comes down to Chalk in A grade this year for this team, and they could struggle if it doesn't come together.
Yeah, my sentiment is very similar. Not to pile the pressure
Please
on
don't.
Chalk, but
Pile it on.
there's definitely I think you'll be surprised by my prediction, but I think the buck stops and it starts and stops with you. Obviously I know nothing about Mitch, so I can't go by any prediction there. By all accounts, Lorraine's pretty handy as a degrader. And we all know Bruno will just put it up the middle all day. I think the buck starts and stops with you. So it'll just be how you go on the day.
You were the only team last year to double bogey the hole. Is that right?
Correct.
Was it your fault?
No bogeys, but 1 double bogey. Yes, it was my fault.
Okay.
Which hole did you double bogey?
The 9th.
The 9th.
No, look, I don't remember any hole on that course. Not one.
Yeah, I couldn't
Josh?
tell you. He's taking a lot of notes.
You write sound like 6 A4 pieces of paper every pod.
Yeah, he's like Bruce McAvaney
Oh,
on this
just
shit.
Yeah.
Team. Well,
And with
Jared
shit
Wells, there's
internet.
question marks over his A-grade ability.
Sorry, go
Can you
ahead.
hear me?
Go get. Yeah, we can now.
Jared Wells, there's question marks over his A-grade pedigree. Everyone's Uncle Bruno, tied first last year at the same golf course. Must count for something. Magic Mitch Hayson reckons he goes to Moore Park driving range at least 3 times a week. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
And Lorraine Wilson,
Completely
let me
false.
paint a Lorraine Wilson picture for you. Last year, we teed off on the 18th, the par 3 hugging the water. Myself, LG, Nathan Carson, and Lorraine Wilson. Because she's a female. So us 3 blokes went first. All 3 of us were in the drink. Lorraine Wilson hit a little something, whatever club she had, mate. Trickled on front of the green, 2 putt for par. She's a very, very, very good degrader. Very good degrader.
Have you struck
Um,
gold there?
Absolutely. I think he had. I think, as I said, Lorraine was, from my perspective, probably the best player for us last year. Uncle Bruno tied for first last year. Mitch Hasten plays a lot of golf and is Chalk's cousin. I expect big things from Team Platinum 2025.
Both those stats are wrong, but anyway.
That's what I'm hearing. It's just what I'm hearing.
All right. Yeah.
What do you-
Well,
What
I
are
don't
your
know what
thoughts,
else to say.
Chalk? What are your
Yeah.
thoughts, Chalk, on your team?
Look, is there pressure on me? There's always pressure on me. I lost the Invitational year 1 and year 2. No one's had more pressure than someone like me. I haven't lost since year 2. I anticipate I will keep that record alive of not losing again. In all seriousness, before the draw was done, I wanted Bruno. Bruno was my number 1 pick. Sorry, Tony. I got Bruno. Fantastic. We've all heard how good he was last year. You're right. Bruno's the type of guy. He's a regular golfer. He's a safe golfer. Hits it down the middle. If it's at Camden Lakeside, you might not want Bruno. But at this golf course, having someone like Bruno put it down the middle, Lorraine Wilson, 26 handicapper, plays at Castle Hill. She's probably going to hit fairways as well. I think that's probably a good thing for someone like me who's maybe not quite as accurate all the time. Mitch Hasten is not my cousin. He is dating my cousin, however. He is a member at Brighton Lakes. That's all I know.
Oh.
I don't know how often he plays. I don't think he plays all that often, but there you go, a C grade of a handicap. That's always a good thing.
I'm told he's at Moore Park driving range 3 times.
So yeah, having those regular golfers is good. I think we'll go good. I think there's teams out there with a lot more firepower, but I think that we're going to have the ball in play and we're going to give ourselves opportunities.
After playing there on Monday, how's the confidence with your driver now?
Good. Monday was probably my best ball striking in a long time. I hit the ball really well. I've now lost my putting. It's always good.
You can't have it all.
Part of golf.
Can't have it all.
That's right. I asked Mark Butler. He'll tell you I can't putt to save my life at the moment. So, yeah, but also playing the course, like, it's one of those, like, you know, when someone puts it in play and it's like, oh, get your driver and try and pump one down there. It doesn't feel right at that golf course because when you try and hit your driver, you're hitting into like a more narrow part of the fairway. And you're also leaving yourself with like 65 meters into the green. Like, I don't want 65 meters into the green. So, honestly, I reckon I'm probably going to play a bit more 3-wood than driver. But anyway.
Is the driver iron staying in the bag?
It's in the bag. It's not getting a whole lot of use at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Is it true, Chock, you're not going to cart with Uncle Bruno because you're worried he'll get you to do heaps of free work at his house?
Absolutely not. Bruno knows I'm always there on call, on standby. Look, Bruno and I get on like a house on fire. We're great together. Whether we cart together, that's to be seen. Nothing is planned.
Does he hang around you like a wog dad does while you're working?
He hangs around like a guitar.
Just curious.
Chock, Ian Suarez, amongst his many famous sayings, famously says that if you're turning up and you don't think you can win it, you might as well just stay at home. Do you think Platinum 25 can take home the 2025 CYFS Invitational?
It's an interesting one. There's been years where I've confidently thought that we're going to win, and it's gone horribly wrong. Last year, I knew we were a weak team, and I was trying not to come last. This year, I know we're not a weak team, but like I said, there's a lot of teams with a lot of firepower. I think you're going to have to at least shoot 9 under to win. I think everything would have to go amazingly well for us to shoot 9 under. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, but as you'll see from my prediction, I think will be reasonable.
Okay. Well, let's get to that prediction. Chuck, we'll let you lead us off.
I'm happy to lead my own team off here. I'm not going to do the wanker thing like Ian Suarez and others do. James Morrison.
Sure.
You're a wanker,
Mine's, unfortunately, mine's been true more times than anybody else, though, but that's okay. That's fun.
Actually, yeah. Fun fact on myself, I've played 8 invitationals and I've only ever finished in the top 3 or bottom 3. Never outside of those. This year, I think that'll change.
So rocks or diamonds, mate? Which
That's
one is
right.
it?
I've got platinum in 7th position.
Wow, that's it. Wow.
Wow, okay. Well, then I might go next because I've got you in the bottom 3. So you might keep that trend going, and I've got you guys in 15th.
It's probably a smart bet.
Oh.
15th.
Yeah.
Who are we beating? Apple.
Didn't you, hang on, didn't you just predict Blaze to be second? Oh, no, Josh said second last.
That was
I got-
me.
Yeah,
I got
sorry.
Curtis,
That's
Curtis,
fine.
Curtis 14th. Yeah.
Okay,
Platinum,
Chuck
yeah.
15th. Unlucky.
Thank you, Tony.
Josh?
I
It's
see a
paid-
lot of plus in this team. I don't know. Call me crazy. And the caveat being my predictions are famously horrible. But I have Team Platinum in 6th position, shooting -5.
Okay. The Swar, the Prez, has platinum in 10th position. Donny has picked platinum in 12th position. My prediction is very similar to Josh's. I've actually got platinum in 6th as well. I think you're not a bad golfer. I enjoy playing doubles with you. I like the partnered like handicap Ambrose stuff. That was always
Yeah,
fun.
we go well, Jimmy. We go well.
We go all right, and Bruno is probably more consistent than I am, so that can only mean good things. And Lorraine backing that up is very helpful too. So I think 6 is fair. Co-pilot, we'll get over to them. Their prediction is that Wells and Scadella are proven. Mason and Wilson have limited history, but they're in lower grade spots. So the verdict is top heavy team, strong if A and B grade perform, and it put you also at 6th position.
Okay.
Interesting.
Which very interesting.
To get
It's comprehensive.
to get into the mind of a fellow captain, do you subscribe to the notion of getting DNC graded shots out of the way early? What I've said about Lorraine, obviously, she won't be a problem for you, but regardless, are you one of these guys that will sort of give up on a birdie early doors to get rid of her tee shot?
Yes. I learn it more and more through the years. Never get comfortable. I like to get them out early. Also, with Lorraine, she's going to be teeing off last. So, like, I've never actually had a female on my Ambrose team in the Invitational. So you don't want to have like 3 bad tee shots and then be like, okay, Lorraine, sorry about that. Like, sorry, we all hit it on the drink on 18. Now just put one in play for us. You don't want to do that. The other thing is, you can be like, oh, we're short par 4, we're 50 meters out for our approach shot. You know, you don't necessarily birdie them. Like you've got to put inside like 10 feet to give yourself a real genuine chance at birdie. Last year we weren't hitting all that many greens, but like we're getting up and down for par. So you can be like, you can hit your approach shot to 15 feet, make par, or you can be greenside, get up and down, make par. So I will be getting lower graders shots out of the way. I think that's the best way to go.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't let it come back to bite you in the ass.
Ain't that the truth? Just ask Kevy Dart.
Well, ask Alaska 2025, 2023. All right, that's predictions out of the way. Anybody got anything they want to discuss before we close?
Jimmy,
who's got
last year's scores were live.
They will not be live this year.
I like that.
That was accidental. I honestly didn't think. One, I didn't think anyone would check. So, boo to you, whoever went and looked up the website to try and find it. But then, two, yeah, that was not intentional. So I will put them up. They will be accessible to me. I will not look at them, but we will need them to make, because it does all the scoring and the countback rulings and everything automatically. Yeah. So we need to be able to access it at the end of the round. So it will be there, but it won't be visible to anybody.
Yeah, I think it's heaps better not knowing, because like obviously last year people were telling you where you came before. You want to leave a bit of anticipation for the presentation.
Yeah. Like I run the website. I didn't even look at it. I didn't even know it was live. So
Imperial had no idea that it was live either.
Yeah. Well, lucky, because you would have cried the whole way home.
Yes.
So.
For us, we have 4 teams to go. Are we doing 2 and 2? Are we doing?
We are.
4?
We're doing 2 and 2.
We're doing okay.
So we've got another 2 weeks of podcast to come. Some big teams to come. I will note just quickly that so far Copilot's predictions have been quite bottom heavy. And there's some interesting teams to come. The number 1 spot's still not been taken for Copilot. I will say that.
I still think Copilot got last wrong already, so I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah. And I again, I'm going to reiterate, I did not guide Copilot to put Team Lemon in last. That was the prediction it made. I can show you all of the evidence of that.
James Copilot Morrison.
Yeah. I'll send you all the prompts. It's fun.
Seeing so we're going to have 2 teams next week, 2 teams the following week. Obviously, we're going to have some guests on, which will be great. Josh, you spoke about earlier in the pod season that maybe there might be a person who wants to come back and rebut. So maybe if you really want to come onto the podcast, just contact a committee member and you might get your chance.
I think there's also potential that next week could get a little bit fiery. We've got a couple of interesting guests coming on already lined up. I did confirm one of those places today. And he has a few things to say. I will say to him.
I'm busy next week. So
it's not Chief. I'll put it in your mind that he's.
I think it might be related. Someone related to Jimmy.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes next week. Yeah, we might need more than an hour next week. You know, could help. Well, the Prez isn't here to send us off. He wants to do the outro.
Well, you're Mr. Presidente tonight.
That's right.
All right. Well, I can't even remember it. I'll get it wrong, but he does it every week anyway, so that's fine. May you check your stats before I check them.
Thanks, guys. Thanks,